Unlocking Love, Navigating Attachment and Emotional Vulnerability. Welcome to Information for Life, insights and ideas to navigate your world. I'm your host, and in today's 43rd episode, by special request, we'll be exploring the depths of the human heart by discussing the phrase emotionally available in the context of a committed, romantic, and loving relationship. We will discuss emotional vulnerability and availability, attachment styles, what happens when a partner only wants emotional availability and vulnerability when it's convenient or deemed sexy for them, and what we can do about it all as adults who have agency over our lives. As we always do, let's dive headfirst into this topic. As we wander through the labyrinth of life, seeking connection and solace in the arms of another, our hearts beat in sync with the universe, yearning for emotional availability in the beautiful chaos of love. Emotional availability can be seen as the backbone of a romantic relationship, providing a sturdy structure for lovers to lean on in times of need. When we strip away the layers of pretense and vulnerability, we find a pulsating heart beating in time with the rhythm of the cosmos. Emotional availability is the courage to face one's own emotion and the willingness to share them with a partner. This vulnerability is what creates the foundation for true intimacy in a relationship. To be emotionally available is to bear witness to the joys and sorrows of our partner, to dance in the rain, and traverse the storms of life together. In a study by Levine and Heller, 2010, the researchers discovered that emotional availability is a key component of secure attachment in relationships. Secure attachment is characterized by a deep sense of trust and safety between partners, allowing them to express their emotions without fear of judgment or rejection openly. Let us examine the darker aspects of emotional unavailability. The emotionally unavailable partner often feels trapped within their own emotions, unable to share their deepest fears and desires with another. This may build walls around their hearts, creating a barrier that prevents genuine connection. In contrast, even amidst the darkness lies a world of wonder and light, waiting to be explored by those willing to take the leap of faith. We must journey through the complexities of our own emotions, allowing ourselves to be truly seen by our partners. Dr. Sue Johnson, 2008, a prominent psychologist and author, emphasizes the importance of emotional availability in her book, Hold Me Tight. She posits that emotional responsiveness is the key to creating a lasting and secure bond between partners. By showing empathy and understanding, we can nurture a loving relationship that transcends the trials and tribulations of life. In our quest for emotional availability, we must confront our own shadows and embrace the light within. As we peel back the layers of our hearts, we expose the raw essence of our humanity, allowing for a deeper connection with our partners. We must remember that love, like life itself, is an ever-evolving journey, and to be emotionally available is to navigate this journey hand in hand with our loved ones. May we all strive for emotional availability in our relationships and find solace and strength in the arms of one another. Now, let's discuss the pros and cons of being emotionally available and, as always, cite relevant sources to support this discussion. Pros of being emotionally available are as follows. Enhanced intimacy and trust. Emotional availability fosters a deep sense of trust and safety between partners, allowing them to openly express their emotions without fear of judgment or rejection. Levine and Heller, 2010. This open expression creates an environment where intimacy can flourish, leading to more satisfying and fulfilling relationships. Improved communication. Open and honest communication is crucial to the success of any relationship. When partners are emotionally available, they can communicate their needs, desires, and concerns more effectively, reducing misunderstandings and conflicts. Gottman and Silver, 1999. Greater resilience. Emotionally available partners can provide support and encouragement during difficult times, helping each other to navigate life's challenges. This emotional vulnerability and availability creates a more resilient and adaptive relationship, better equipped to withstand adversity. Johnson, 2008. Cons to being emotionally vulnerable. Emotional vulnerability. Being emotionally available requires a willingness to expose one's true feelings and thoughts to a partner, which can be frightening and uncomfortable for some individuals. This vulnerability may open them up to potential emotional pain, rejection, or disappointment. Emotional exhaustion. Engaging in constant emotional sharing can sometimes lead to emotional exhaustion, particularly if one partner consistently provides support while the other is in continual need. Feeney and Collins, 2015. Maintaining a balance between giving and receiving emotional support is essential for preventing burnout in a relationship. Overdependency. While emotional availability can create a strong bond between partners, there is a risk of developing an unhealthy dependency on one's partner for emotional support. This dependency can lead to codependency issues, which can be detrimental to both partners' mental health and personal growth. Beattie, 1986. It is vital to remember that emotional availability is essential to successful romantic relationships. It can enhance intimacy, trust, communication, and resilience. However, it is necessary to be mindful of potential pitfalls such as emotional vulnerability, exhaustion, and overdependency. By striving for a healthy balance, partners can create a strong foundation for their relationship rooted in emotional availability. When discussing emotional vulnerability in relationships, it's essential to address the issue of partners who may expect or appreciate vulnerability only when it's convenient for them. I've personally run into this wall myself. This selective approach to emotional vulnerability leads to a power imbalance in the relationship, leaving one partner feeling exposed and unsupported. Let's examine the implications of this behavior and cite sources to understand this dynamic better. Inconsistent emotional support. When a partner is willing to accept emotional vulnerability only when it suits them, it can create an environment of inconsistency, leaving the other partner uncertain about when it's safe to share their emotions. Stanley, Rhodes, and Witten, 2010. This inconsistency can and will undermine trust and hinder the development of a secure attachment. Levine and Heller, 2010. Emotional manipulation. In some cases, a partner may use the other's vulnerability against them, exploiting their emotions to gain power or control in the relationship. This deadly habit of using the other's vulnerability against them leads to emotional manipulation, which is harmful and toxic. Stosny, 2014. Emotional manipulation can erode trust and create an environment where the vulnerable partner feels unsafe, unsupported, and potentially trapped in the relationship. Lancer, 2014. Diminished self-esteem. When an emotional vulnerability is only appreciated selectively, the partner who is being vulnerable may begin to question their worth and feel inadequate within the relationship. This level of questioning can lead to a decline in self-esteem and self-confidence, further exacerbating feelings of insecurity and emotional instability. Orth, Robbins, and Mier, 2009. To address this issue, both partners need to communicate openly and honestly about their expectations surrounding emotional vulnerability. Suppose one partner feels that their vulnerability is being used against them. In that case, it may be necessary to seek professional help such as couples therapy to work through the issue and develop a healthier dynamic within the relationship. Now that we've discussed emotional vulnerability, the pros and cons, and what happens when one partner only wants emotional vulnerability from the other partner when it's convenient or sexy, let's discuss emotional vulnerability in the context of attachment styles. When a partner with a secure attachment style is in a relationship with someone who has an insecure attachment style, such as fearful, avoidant, or anxious, there can be unique challenges and dynamics at play. The interplay between these different attachment styles is bound to influence various aspects of the relationship, including communication, trust, and intimacy. Let's explore these implications further and cite relevant sources. Impact on communication. Partners with insecure attachment styles, such as anxious or avoidant, often struggle with fully open and honest communication. They may either seek constant reassurance, anxious attachment, or avoid discussing emotions and problems altogether, avoidant attachment. Minkulinter and Shaver, 2007. This avoidance will create difficulties for the securely attached partner who may feel overwhelmed or unsure about how to navigate these communication issues. This feeling of being overwhelmed and unsure is something I've dealt with in the past from a partner with an insecure attachment style, and I can tell you from personal experience that it's confusing, exhausting, and may even lead you to start doubting yourself. Trust and reliance. A securely attached partner is typically comfortable with trust and reliance in a relationship. However, when paired with an insecurely attached partner, this trust can and most certainly will be undermined by the latter's fear of rejection, anxious attachment, or discomfort with vulnerability, avoidant attachment. Levine and Heller, 2010. This fear of rejection or discomfort with vulnerability will inevitably lead to an imbalance in the relationship where the securely attached partner feels overly responsible for maintaining emotional stability. Intimacy and closeness. A secure attachment style is characterized by the ability to form close, intimate relationships. In contrast, an insecure attachment style directly hinders the development of intimacy due to fear of abandonment, anxious attachment, or the need for emotional distance, avoidant attachment. Feeney, 1999. This insecure attachment style makes it challenging, if not impossible, for the securely attached partner to create a deep and meaningful connection. When faced with these challenges, both partners must work together to understand each other's attachment styles and learn how to adapt and support one another in the relationship. This understanding may involve seeking professional help, such as couples therapy, or utilizing self-help resources to gain insights into attachment theory and how it impacts romantic relationships. Keep in mind, it takes two people with secure attachment styles to make a relationship last long-term. If one partner has an insecure attachment style, the relationship will never last. Suppose you are a person listening to this podcast and realize that you have an insecure attachment style. In that case, several therapeutic approaches are available to help adults develop secure attachment styles and become better partners. These therapies foster self-awareness, improved communication, and interpersonal skill, and address underlying emotional patterns contributing to insecure attachment. Let's explore some of these therapeutic approaches. Emotionally Focused Therapy, or EFT. Developed by Dr. Sue Johnson, EFT is an evidence-based approach specifically designed to help couples strengthen their emotional bond and develop secure attachment patterns. Johnson, 2008. Through emotionally focused therapy, couples learn to identify and express their emotional needs, build trust, and create a stronger emotional connection. Psychodynamic therapy. Psychodynamic therapy is rooted in the theories of psychoanalysis and helps individuals explore their unconscious emotional patterns, which can influence attachment styles. Shedler, 2010. By gaining insight into these patterns, individuals can better understand their attachment behaviors and work towards more secure attachments in their relationships. Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, or CBT. CBT focuses on identifying and changing maladaptive thoughts and behaviors contributing to insecure attachment styles. Leahy, 2008. Through CBT, individuals can learn to recognize and challenge negative beliefs about themselves and their relationships, fostering a more secure attachment style. Mindfulness-based therapies. Mindfulness-based therapies, such as mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR, or mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, MBCT, can help individuals develop greater self-awareness and emotional regulation skills. Segal, Williams, and Teasdale, 2018. These skills promote a more secure attachment style by fostering healthy communication, emotional expression, and self-reflection. Group therapy. Group therapy can provide individuals with a supportive environment to explore attachment-related issues and develop secure attachment patterns. By interacting with others who may share similar experiences, individuals can learn new coping strategies and gain insights into their attachment styles. Yolom and Lesch, 2005. Seeking professional help from a mental health provider experienced in attachment theory and these therapeutic approaches can be instrumental in helping individuals work towards developing a secure attachment style in adulthood. While it's not a definitive sign of having an insecure attachment style, having a series of relationships lasting no longer than 2 years and having a mindset that everything ends can be directly associated with particular patterns contributing to relationship instability. Let's explore some possible explanations for this pattern. Insecure attachment styles. As previously discussed, insecure attachment styles, anxious, avoidant, or disorganized, will lead to difficulties maintaining long-term relationships. Issues such as fear of abandonment, avoidance of emotional intimacy, or inconsistent behavior can contribute to the dissolution of romantic partnerships over time. They can often lead to self-sabotage in relationships out of irrational fears. McCullencer and Shaver, 2007. Fear of commitment or unwillingness to commit. Some individuals may struggle with a fear of commitment or may be unwilling to commit, which prevents them from maintaining long-term relationships. This fear or unwillingness may stem from past experiences, distorted personal beliefs, or unresolved emotional issues, and will very often result in a pattern of short-term relationships. Stanley, Rhodes, and Witten, 2010. Unrealistic expectations. Some individuals have unrealistic expectations about romantic relationships, believing that they should always be passionate, problem-free, or fulfilling in every aspect. This ideology needs to be revised in committed life partnerships. When these unrealistic expectations are not met, the person might become disillusioned and end the relationship, harming themselves and perpetuating their pattern of short-term partnerships. Spielman, McDonald, and Tackett, 2012. If you recognize a pattern of short-term relationships in your life, it's essential to reflect on the potential factors contributing to this pattern. Therapy or self-help resources can provide valuable insights and support for addressing these issues and fostering healthier, more stable romantic partnerships. Remember, emotional availability and vulnerability are crucial elements in building strong, healthy, and fulfilling romantic relationships. They foster trust, intimacy, and open communication, allowing partners to navigate life's challenges together. However, it's essential to recognize and address the potential pitfalls associated with emotional vulnerability, such as inconsistency in emotional support, emotional manipulation, and diminished self-esteem. For a relationship to thrive, both partners must be willing to communicate openly and honestly, respecting each other's emotions and providing consistent support. In situations where emotional vulnerability is appreciated selectively or used against one partner, it's crucial to seek help from professionals or engage in self-help resources to develop healthier relational dynamics. By striving for emotional availability and vulnerability in our relationships, we can create a loving and supportive foundation that stands the test of time. Embracing the complexities of our emotions and sharing them with our partners enables us to connect on a deeper level, allowing us to experience the full spectrum of love and life together. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast today and gained some valuable insights into your current and past relationships. The sources used for this podcast are in the description. Remember that when it comes to attachment styles, there are therapeutic approaches to achieve a secure attachment style. Embrace emotional vulnerability even when not convenient, and have a fulfilling, committed, lifelong partnership.